After 6 long years, Jinho's journey concludes as he reaches Seoul Station. His shoes sit atop his bag, a silent promise to leave his old life behind. He snaps a final photo, the digital shutter echoes marking the end of an era. He takes one last selfie uttering cheese, then he checks his phone wondering if he's at the right station. His phone screen glows, profile updated, starting a new life ending, and this is just the beginning. His phone vibrates a final message. Congratulations, you've seen the 99th ending, he yells finally. Jinho shouts it's over. I must be the only one in Korea who's seen all 99 endings. An elderly man observes from afar, kids these days can have so much fun with just a phone. The elderly man gasps, realizing his daughter-in-law was right about Jinho's addiction. Jinho stares at his phone, lost in thought. Now what? What should I do? A frantic voice erupts. No, which station are you at this time? Suddenly a voice calls out, see, Seoul Station, Your Majesty. A voice booms in his ears, how can you still be gaming? A woman screams into her phone, enraged, 6 years. I've had enough of this. Jinho's mom, exasperated, declares she can't stand the sight of him anymore. She texts to ask if he needs a ride. Jinho's dad texts offering a ride but warning mom is furious doing planks for 5 minutes. Jinho thinks I'm screwed. Jinho sighs, I should really turn off the game and go now. The screen glows, you have seen 99 endings of life. Well done, your true reset life begins. The screen showcases the game, a revolutionary augmented reality experience ahead of its time. A friend chides him for still playing the trash game. Jinho retorts, yeah, you noob. They head to Seoul Central District Prosecutor's office. Jinho thinks about it. Not playing the game isn't an option, I'm captivated. Suddenly, the scene shifts. Jinho imagines himself as a star, #1 on the Billboard charts, performing on a brightly lit stage. He stares at his phone, such a game was my life itself. The light emanates from the phone. Confused, Jinho wonders, this isn't the end, what could it be, a secret story? Jinho thinks if I must choose one it's definitely this skill, then Confused, Jinho yells wah as the screen glitches and Wi-Fi disconnects. A blinding blue light erupts, signaling a shift in Jinho's reality. Now Jinho is the nation's top scorer, success requires talent, study hard. The bell rings overhead, #1, Jinho's life takes a surprising turn. The scene changes to an incident that caused the Shinmyeongyo. Jinho gasps at his new reality. Suddenly Jinho is on TV answering trivia questions confidently. Yes, I believe it's correct. Amidst break time, Jinho exhales, phew. He's surprised that everyone suddenly started talking to him. Suddenly the other students exclaim, you're amazing. Jinho thinks to himself, doesn't feel too bad. Someone shouts, get out of my friend's body, you demon, from inside the bathroom, implying a struggle. Someone remarks that Jinho memorized all the text files to get the skill. A menacing figure looms, denying the reality Jinho is experiencing. Stop lying. That day, along with the feeling of being electrocuted, knowledge flooded into his mind. Jinho thinks to himself, the power of this skill really changes me, before his mom asks if he's going to sleep. A surge of power hits Jinho's brain, but his study habits remain unchanged. I'll sleep soon, Mom. Jinho reflects, reset life was his passion, his will, the bet of his life for 6 years. A month later, Challenge Big Bell is coming to film at their school. Scholarships given. A voice asks, have you really changed? Is this your true self? No, that's not it. He brightens. A classmate pledges to support Jinho until the very end. Jinho is thankful and suggests they go quickly. Someone says, scholarship, wanna get some pork cutlet, how come you never gain weight? The crowd shouts Jinho, they ask if he's checked his preliminary SAT scores. Ah yes, he replies. Someone exclaims, do you know you might be the only perfect scorer? Jinho nonchalantly replies it wasn't too difficult. A man declares, determined to use all my assets for Jinho's scholarship. Jinho replies, sorry, even my mom didn't believe me, so I didn't think you would either. Overjoyed, someone exclaims, my son got a perfect SAT score, cut it out, with happiness. A poster confirms Jinho's perfect scores. If it was a study game you should have told us earlier, thank you, Dad. Amidst his success, Jinho considers a solo trip after college and tutors. Instructions flash. Setting purified water at midnight, 108 bows for 77 days unlocks a skill. Apply, then drink. The skill requires him to perform a ritual before the Guanbang stone-seated Buddha. His friend doubts him. Do I look stupid? I Jinho one bowing photo 108 times. Those kinds of tricks won't work anymore. Jinho laments, questioning his past actions. A monk says the road to Gat Bowie is rough. Jinho collapses, crying, I've only done 3 bows. As Jinho bows repeatedly for the skill, someone interrupts and asks, Hey, Anyodwi, lend me your gym clothes. Anyodwi exclaims about the selfie mode. Someone laughs, saying his self-deprecating jokes are too much. Back then, it wasn't a joke. Jinho thinks, with clear skin and a body that doesn't gain weight like Yejeon. Jinho cries, No, I don't want to be born again, I want to stay their son. Jinho says, Mom, I have enough money, but she insists, just take it. Jinho thinks, regretting something. He thought, Mom and Dad earned enough, you'd never go hungry. The image pans out from Jinho, words echo, I love you, my son. He feels his parents' love. Jinho bows before a statue, tearfully promising his parents, I'll make you proud. A monk asks devotee Jinho, Are you ready to descend the mountain? Jinho replies, Yes, venerable. A crowd has gathered, screaming Oppa. It seems that Jinho Lee is famous now, even before starting. Fans scream and snap photos as Jinho Lee waves from behind the railing. His guards tell the crowd to step back. Jinho wonders what's going on and if someone got lost from their fans. A guard adjusts his glasses, saying no. He thought Jinho was just ordinary. Jinho smiles. He can see why the guards mistook him for a celebrity. A suitcase rolls through the airport. The speaker wonders if the traitor is enjoying Italy. The phone conversation continues. Someone on the other end mentions plastic surgery and tangerines. Jinho eats tangerines, complaining that even perfect things have limits. Someone replies to his social media post. Someone asks Wanna die in the chat. It seems Jinho has an arrival update, then a skill explanation appears. The screen displays text, like a fully bloomed lotus flower. He will flaunt his brilliant appearance, exactly as where there's a will, there's a way suggests. Jinho thinks the flight attendants are kind, as expected of Korea's flagship airline. A flight attendant offers water. Jinho declines despite her insisting she thought he coughed. Jinho says thank you, it seems bothersome to be this handsome. Another note is attached to the water bottle. Jinho's fan mail fills a notebook. He's received more notes than contacts. A memory of his mom surfaces, questioning if his teammates were around his age. The plane soars through the sky. Jinho thinks he can make friends now that he's handsome and smart. He arrives in Italy, Milan. Jinho wakes up in a luxurious hotel. He lies on the bed, stunned. Jinho wonders why nobody is talking to him. Why on earth would that be? Suddenly, a radiant Jinho appears, holding what looks like a college entrance exam score report. Jinho thinks if he shows off his Italian skills, people will ask him questions. It's confusing. Jinho lies awake in bed. I hope I don't have to be alone for 2 weeks. Jinho sits outside. I ended up not sleeping well. The waiter sets down pastries. Jinho reflects it won't taste good but takes a bite of croissant anyway. He finds that it's surprisingly delicious. Jinho enjoys the soft, cheese-filled croissant, surprised by the taste. He wonders what kind of jam it is. Jinho sits at a table outside, looking out at the cityscape from the balcony. He wonders what to do now. Jinho drinks his coffee, deciding not to be down. Now he's a cool guy in Milan. Suddenly, he spits it out. Coughing, Jinho thinks, it's bitter, did I order wrong? The receipt clearly says coffee. Someone comments on Jinho's expressions and asks if he's a model or an actor in Milan. Someone tells Jinho that he needs to work on his shyness. They hand him a business card for Italiana agency. Someone whispers in Jinho's ear, giving him a business card. He's clearly surprised by this sudden development. Someone thinks Jinho should try to act more like his appearance. If I had known. Someone thinks it's a shame, oh my goodness, in my life. Jinho hopes to get her number but is confused. He looks at the business card. Jinho's mind flashes back to his mom saying, don't count your chickens. This was street casting after all. Jinho exclaims it's spicy, someone wonders what's spicy. Jinho suddenly realizes calling her Aunt Sumai. Someone chides Jinho for waking up early after saying he was tired. They are headed to Italy for studying abroad. Someone noticed Jinho woke up early. Jinho was excited and couldn't sleep well. Jinho thinks wait, the worry from yesterday. Sumai Nuna might be able to solve it, right? The fancy desserts arrive, startling Jinho. Whoa, this is the power of an adult's wealth, he exclaims. Jinho is taken aback by his friend's question and replies it's not like that. The waiter assures them it's not a mistake. Did Sumai Nuna order it? Jinho wonders why they are serving the wrong food. He realizes, don't tell me this is a scam. A mysterious person asks someone to relay a message. They reply questioning what did they say. Someone tells someone else to hurry up and tell them something because Nuna is hungry. The scenery shifts to a vibrant, sun-drenched landscape. Grazy, grazy, a voice echoes with gratitude. An old man winks and gives thanks. Aren't you bothered? Jinho's friend asks. Why? Well, you just received random flirtation. Jinho is caught off guard when a woman's admiration is vocalized. He is both flustered and pleased by the attention. What a rare kid, she thinks, clearly amused. An inner monologue questions Jinho's innocence and potential. Jinho sees himself like a captive elephant with chains. A woman calls out to him, offering advice. The scene transitions to the set of a broadcast. What is most important? The woman explains that visuals are key to capturing viewers' attention and boosting ratings. Jinho questions if that is the secret. The woman says broadcasting is communicating. To catch someone's eye, throw anything that might work, she advises. The beauty from earlier caught his eye again, handing him her business card. The cafe owner's excellent service impressed Jinho, but Jinho reflects if giving flowers would be awkward if they hated them. A girl runs away after confessing to Jinho. He mutters to himself, gross. He thinks over the confession, that's right, but you conveyed it, didn't you? A confident man looks ahead. He questions, isn't that enough? As a bus rides past. She flips through the Italia book with a frown. Pronunciation is proving more difficult than expected. Sumai blushes and exclaims in shock while holding the book. By the way, Sumai Nuna. Jinho ponders if he is the reason for rejection. Someone suggests don't hang out with them. Jinho assures them not to worry. He smiles warmly, asking if he can help. The two are missing Korean food. I want cold ramen, one cries. Kimchi stew, says another. They find a church. Someone suggests praying in Italian. Jinho, however, mumbles a wish for kimchi stew in Italian. He is overheard and pitied. Confused, Jinho's friend wonders if he solved it already. Kim Sumai's advice helps unlock Jinho's courage. Emboldened, a question arises. Should we try talking to them too? 2 hours pass. Jinho's friend excitedly suggests taking pictures with another pretty building as the backdrop. 5 hours later, Jinho is strung up like a puppet for photos, a bizarre scene. Jinho begins to resent the constant photos. His friend notes he is becoming a natural at life end cuts. The boys chase after someone. What's with the boys? But a phone screen declares, hey, don't bully our Jinho. Someone liked Jinho's photo, and then 10,000 others liked the photo. Jinho begins to glow with light. Jinho feels something different and asks, what's this? He's wearing clothes that don't fit. Jinho sees a business card and wonders, could this be? The likes explode to over 10,000, so that's what it was. He frantically types at his computer. Online forums explode with the I'm the best skill unlock method. He hatches a plan, just create exactly 10,000 accounts, you clueless ones. A new skill appears. Jinho wonders if he can get all 99 skills. He questions whether unlocking more skills has side effects. Jinho wonders if he's getting rewards like a game. This is awesome. Jinho wonders why he must do chocolate and strawberry gelato advertisements. A girl confesses, I love you. That's not it, he declares. Amidst a crowd, a photo shoot unfolds. The photographer yells about poses and asks them to stop right away. A call informs Jinho that the photo shoot ended early. They ask to take the model. Someone is quitting an agency and complaining. They resent sending a terrible model. The staff asks the writer what they should do about tomorrow's reshoot. The man frames the model with his hands. Wait, haha. Jinho poses for the camera with friends thinking, God must love me. Someone yells, demanding the Asian be brought over immediately, no matter what it takes. A solemn message appears. The scanlation team is in trouble due to piracy. With a flash, Jinho obtains the skill, I'm the hottest thing. It asks what makes a person at their peak and answers when others watch. A model named Leonardo just got fired. Jinho smirks, that amateur. Jinho, bothered by the makeup, asks what to do if his face gets itchy. The stylist tells him to bear with it. People like Jinho can tell each other at a glance, even in crowds. Jinho gets permission for the shoot. Another man says that's good. Are you a professional model? He asks suspiciously. The man thinks silently. I'm not saying I won't shoot if you're not, but, he says, no experience. A disembodied voice asks about Jinho's skills as the cameraman gets ready. Then yes, I am a professional model, Jinho confidently states while adjusting his cufflinks. With immense force, Jinho shatters his heavy chains. Freedom at last and a new path begins. The broken chains fall away, symbolizing the new beginning for Jinho. Jinho's photo shoot begins. The photographer shouts good, very good, as the flashes go off. The photographer yells, lift your chin, look arrogant, now we'll use props. The photographer watches Jinho intensely. Just by watching the shoot, I can already see it. The magazine features Jinho on the cover, titled The Completed. People are now stopping and looking. The reader's hands reach for the magazine. Jinho thinks above all else. The photographer exclaims he's so cool, captivated by Jinho's expression. Jinho thinks he would have spit in the photographer's face if the pictures were bad. I'm just realizing the difference in level, Jinho thinks as Seoul comes into view. Jinho washes off the makeup from his face. He sighs, all that just to get a photo shoot done. Jinho emerges from the shower startled by a sudden realization. An idea. Jinho finishes showering, lost in thought. He's handsome, someone exclaims internally. The photographer asks, let's shoot again. Jinho replies, when you come to Korea I'll think about it. Oh, Jinho got paid a hefty sum for modeling. What will he use it for? Jinho smiles as he prepares to cook. He thinks, among all that, the best thing I did was. Jinho thinks about buying gifts for his parents for the first time. His mom is already showing off. A gas station attendant is seen wearing a new watch. Oh my, our son's boss, someone thinks. The gas station attendant gushes, oh my, could our gas station get some modeling too? They are so proud and happy. A woman, likely Jinho's mother, washes dishes and asks, you know Aunt Jinsuk, right? Jinho's mom is talking about Aunt Jinsuk. She is the annoying lady who put him and his mom down. Aunt Jinsuk, Jinho is asked what he thinks. He says he doesn't want to burden her with fees. Jinho suddenly asks about his Aunt Myung. She is the only one who sides with him and his mother. His aunt fiercely defends Jinho and his mom, shutting down any criticism. How dare you criticize? Someone yells the company in front of the major shareholder, seemingly furious. Jinho's mom says he shouldn't discriminate against her friends. The allowance from Aunt Myung is a large amount. He is glad he got the national top student skill in his new life. Jinho recalls Yijun's advice. Yes, Yijun said I absolutely must wear a suit. Jinho wonders what college freshmen should wear. Suits, the symbol of adulthood? Wow, a suit. Someone says, really, that's different from our time. Jinho smiles and says, I'm off, I'll call if I'm late. Jinho rides the bus to school wearing his suit. He smirks with confidence. People murmur in surprise as they spot Jinho. He's at the university, is that really him? Passersby whisper and point at Jinho. Wow, look at that person, someone notes, he's the only one wearing a suit. Someone thinks it's unbelievable to wear a suit to college. Jinho decides to post this picture online. Jinho reads the messages from Yijun. Yijun laughs at him for wearing a suit. I'm gonna kill Park Yijun. The story will continue next time. Be sure to support the official release. Someone wonders aloud, where's Lee Jinho? He's still not here. In the School of Business Administration. Someone shouts, hurry and contact him, it's starting soon. Another asks how they can reach him. The students display a banner celebrating Jinho's high CSAT score, but some call him an arrogant bastard. The students plotting against Jinho are still waiting for him. Two girls look at a post about a handsome student. The girls are captivated by Jinho's looks. "Excuse me," someone says nearby. The man asks the girls if they are from the business administration department. The girls argue playfully, blushing. Suddenly, Jinho arrives, adjusting his tie and apologizing for his lateness. The man explodes with anger. "Is not being late enough," he yells. Jinho smirks as the angry man thinks to himself, "Wow, he really is so damn great. What the?" Lee Jinho gives his oath as the proud freshman representative of Korea University. Someone acknowledges Jinho, admitting he's even better looking than they imagined. They admit to liking him a lot more. Someone asks if they like Jinho that much. The other says like him and then some. One girl exclaims, "What kind of guy gets a perfect CSAT score and looks like that?" Someone replies, "My contacts fell out so I got lost." Someone remembers hearing about a chaebol heir wearing a tailcoat. No way. People whisper, speculating that Jinho must be a chaebol heir but not the official successor. You should have listened. Someone thinks, no, that's not it. Giving up, they think, I guess we should just let it go. Someone thinks, I thought the language study trip was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Orientation was forgotten. Someone asks why orientation is being brought up. Jinho admits he overheard them and apologizes for his outfit. People think he's showing off and being an attention seeker. I can't be a loner in college too, he shouts. Someone is going to interview Jinho for Korea tomorrow after the entrance ceremony. Korea tomorrow. An alumnus thinks successful Korea University students are dying to be featured in this. As soon as he received the offer, Jinho fell into deep thought about how to approach it. Among the brilliant minds at Korea University's business administration, one conclusion is clear. Jinho states that a suit is the only thing that would not disgrace the business administration department. Jinho realizes his entrance might have been too much. Someone calls his name and he is quickly stopped. Someone shouts Hyung Nim, a student replies, if only all juniors were like him. He is told he reeks of being old-fashioned. Someone's stomach grumbles. He declares a suit is the only outfit fit for business administration. Another jokes about swiping the card reader. Someone thought he fell for it. He asks how Jinho didn't remove his shoes on the plane. One more time. Jinho is told the feeling is perfect. He is asked for one last shot by the photographer. Jinho says it went well, adding that the senior gave him something. Someone questions the large stack of papers. Jinho announces he wants to switch his course registration to guitar playing, asking rhetorically, right? Someone remarks that opening a can of beer sounds amazing, so Jinho asks if it's right. Another says it's outdated. Jinho is sprayed with a floral scent. It smells nice, he remarks. Someone calls his outfit and face disrespectful, questioning why he wears a white tee under a red coat. Jinho exclaims that red is cool and white is clean, calling the other student a crazy clown mushroom. The other student is furious. Shinai yells at a part-timer, asking if she's paying him to goof off. Someone yells that Jinho's mom bought his outfit. Another realizes the outfit's avant-garde style. He tells him to shut up. At French Seal Chief Designer's office, someone shouts, "What do you mean, Team Jones, you're leaving for Korea?" Someone yells about Paris Fashion Week being soon, wondering if they lost their mind. Someone questions a slump being over, asking how long to find an unknown Asian model. He decides he will go himself. Someone excitedly declares, "To that country where my muse is." The scene descends into chaos as Tim Jones is seemingly losing it. His staff are trying to encourage him. A fist clenches, determination visible. A powerful change is about to occur. The staff discuss their head designer's slump. Is this the end for him, he wonders. Coffee cups surround Tim, nearly empty. I'm done for, he sighs, inspiration completely dried up. The scent of coffee used to be his muse, now it's just a tool. The coffee cup hits the table, the liquid inside still moving. Oh wow, this coffee. The taste awakes Tim, inspiration has struck, he declares, revitalized, needing to sketch. Tim now reflects on past self. How vulgar, I must not become a designer like that. Tim throws a tantrum demanding a muse. His daughter thinks he's gone crazy. Then two women look at a Vogue magazine. A woman is looking at clothing and asks, should we buy one for our husband too? Fashion's influence is undeniable, it sparks desire. Jinho's eye twitches, this world may not be so bad. A model agency is in search of the new face, an Asian male model. Make it snappy. Jinho begins his walk determined, it's time for him to shine. The design staff are shocked at the designer's request. One reminds, leave him be, it's not like before. Tim Jones is in the zone, his inspiration at its peak. No one can stop him. Tim laughs triumphantly as he has figured out his next design. He stands with open arms, with design sketches all around him. The designer sees Jinho in a magazine. I will definitely find you. The title card, Reset Life of a Game Addict. The story begins now. Miyoung crosses her legs elegantly, thinking, you used to nag me about this. Her nephew wonders why. Jinho receives a bouquet. He remarks to his aunt, you look way too young. She is pleased. Someone speaks to him in their mind. Jinho thinks, I'm not even trying to butter you up. Miyoung fusses over Jinho as he takes a selfie. It really happened, he laughs, seeing his transformation. Miyoung gifts a luxury bag, saying it's for her son's school. Jinho grins, thanking her for the gift. Jinho thinks, it feels like I've received something too good. Miyoung examines the luxury bag, remarking on the logo's prominence. Jinho breathes a sigh of relief when she says it's a fake until she reveals the truth. Miyoung mentions brand value, intrigued by its influence. Isn't it interesting? A brand is everything to consumers. Even a stick is worth more with a logo. Jinho laughs, acknowledging her King Midas touch. Someone asks, why are you suddenly telling me this story? Jinho is called, he replies, confused by her sudden interest. Why is it only now? Miyoung thinks that Jinho has just lost weight. She suddenly wonders if that's him. Jinho smiles knowingly to himself, wondering if his aunt knows the truth. A mysterious person, perhaps a relative, asks Jinho to drop out of school. Huh? Jinho asks. Miyoung playfully worries Jinho will be scouted. Jinho thinks his aunt doesn't know his reset life. Someone asks if a tutor has been hired, but none lasted more than a month. She doesn't do her homework. The focus shifts. A pampered girl is arrogant, relying on her aunt's influence. A pure boy. The classmate asks if Pink Pig hit puberty. He is surprised by their meeting. Jinho confidently states he'll show his perfect exam skills. His aunt is reassured, trusting only him. Tutoring fee. The keypad unlocks with a beep. A voice calls out, you've arrived, madam, where's Jiyoung? Someone knocks on a door. They say Miss is in her room right now. The mother checks if her daughter is asleep. Jiyoung reads a message, Mom canceled your English tutoring today. They hope Jiyoung will apply herself, as Jinho will tutor her from next week. Memories stir. Jiyoung pats Jinho while wearing bunny ears, happy to see him. The mother is lost in thought, regretting her absence. What kind of mother am I? She wonders aloud, stricken with guilt. Jiyoung peeks from behind the door, filled with excitement. Is it true? It's Saturday and Jinho is at Dongdaemun Mall. What awaits him there? The girls sigh, wondering why they have to shop with a guy in Dongdaemun today. One of the models asks, what's the point of having friends? Jinho exclaims that he'll buy them whatever they want under 30,000 won, because of friendship and country love. He looks at Jinho's social media profile. Hahaha, this is you, isn't it? Pictures of Jinho are circulating online. He's surprised to be a bad fashion icon. Jinho questions their location. Why Dongdaemun? He believes he can make even cheap brands look luxurious. Jinho confidently dismisses criticism of his shopping habits. But then, a strange statement is made about him. He walks forward thinking, if Aunt's words are true, this could repay a favor. Jinho shouts into the phone, demanding why Hyung Deoki is quitting so suddenly. The new line. Jang Diaki, the shopping mall owner, hasn't been paying his staff. He sighs and wonders why he's the only one failing. Jinho sits down, overwhelmed by the crowd at Dongdaemun. There are so many people here. Jinho is frustrated. He says he has tried everything to make the shopping mall succeed. Jinho reveals that he even tried hiring a broker to boost the mall's rank. He screams, "Damn it." A man clenches his fist, declaring that 3 years is a long time. Is that right, Jang Diaki? Someone says, look at that. If there's someone who can pull off terrible fashion that you only see in Dongmyo. They continue that there is a store that even Andre Kim couldn't save. Jinho laughs, realizing that store is probably his. Jinho suddenly wonders, why do you keep coming closer? He continues to walk, feeling determined as he strides through the crowd. Jinho's eyes sparkle as he joyfully shouts, "Hyung Diaki, to my store." Jinho dramatically declares that selling clothes isn't easy. He asks if they've got it yet and says, "Yes, Hyung Diaki." Jinho is handed a drink. The person tells him he'll be manager of the second store. Jinho asks Diaki to film him working in the store with the app. He plans to review the footage later. He thinks he misunderstood something, but he is a kind older brother. Yeah, that happened. Someone apologizes for leaving without saying goodbye, then asks to see some clothes. Of course, these are the latest arrivals. Park Yi-jun is asked what he thinks. Someone says the clothes would be great with white canvas shoes. Diaki says he has some and will get them. He taps his shoes, excited to show off his fashion sense to Yi-jun. Jinho confidently asks how he looks, believing he elevates the clothes to a luxury brand. Someone observes that it's annoying, but they have to admit he looks good. Diaki thinks about a model photo shoot and then asks Jinho to grant him a wish. Jinho adjusts his collar and wonders what he can show Diaki now. Diaki asks if Jinho will be a fitting model for just 1 hour or even 30 minutes. He begs him. He states that Jinho spent time for him before and it's his turn. Diaki is relieved and exclaims thanks to Jinho. He insists on paying him for his time. Jinho is being paid for modeling. The image shows a wallet with cash. People react to Jinho being paid for modeling. Meanwhile, Diaki cries, saying he'll even borrow money. Jinho replies that even though he bought cheap clothes, he feels like he's getting paid too much. Jinho explains his rich madam concept, asking when else he'd carry shopping bags. Jinho thinks it's unfair that buying clothes somehow leads to making money. He wonders, why me? He recalls receiving special treatment like extra scoops of ice cream and free drinks. Jinho wonders if it was because of his looks. Diaki wonders how Jinho's thoughts work. Jinho thinks it's natural since it's always been like breathing. Diaki says that talking about food makes him hungry. He asks Jinho to buy him a meal. Someone recognizes Jinho and exclaims, "Oh my god, it really is Jinho." Another wonders who he is. A flashback begins. A girl named Bora says they were classmates in middle school. She says, "Ugh." A note addressed to Bora says, "Disgusting, you used to like me." Jinho says, "Yeah, of course I remember Boria." Boria giggles behind him. She exclaims she knew it. Jinho asks her how she recognized him. She says he's famous on social media. The letter to Bora lays torn. Someone accuses her of spreading rumors. They also accuse her of moving away because she was scared. Bora giggles, stating that meeting Jinho like this must be fate. Why don't we grab a coffee together? Suddenly the scene shifts. Sorry floats in a bubble. Bora stands before a cracked mirror, her expression unreadable as she clasps her hands. He's about to leave when Bora calls out to him. She asks if they should exchange numbers, but he coldly refuses. The scene shifts, a voice wonders why. The reason is, Bora says, "Wouldn't you know better than anyone?" Smiling, Jinho bids take care. Someone watches from behind him with a judging eye. A voice demands why Jinho would tell someone like that to take care. You suffered so much because of her. Someone angrily says, "You think you're a prince because a girl runs errands for you." Prince Jessimus's tummy is empty, let's go to the ball quickly. One friend gives the other a piggyback ride. Jinho thinks that if he ignores her, she won't act like she knows him. Someone says Jinho looks cool and questions why he didn't do this sooner. Jinho denies it's anything like that. Jinho looks up from the grill, suddenly jovial. He proclaims it's because his intestines are empty. He eats a piece of meat. Jinho admits the feeling was hunger, not emptiness. Jinho exclaims that he'll use the money his Hyung gave him to eat all he wants. 1 hour later, the bill is 140,000 won. Someone calls him a pig. Someone tells him, "You ate 4 servings yourself though." Someone calls Jinho gullible for believing in this. They wonder who would waste money. Someone calls out, "Excuse me," offering a wet wipe. They suggest she wear her hair down and asks what she thinks. Bora's eyes sparkle as she states she'll believe in fate. Jinho clutches his head, thinking he's going crazy. An internal monologue rages, revealing Jinho has unintentionally influenced another's style. It happens while he's promoting Hyung Diaki's store. Jinho unlocks another skill, our neighborhood fashionista, while promoting the store. He has 2 conditions to meet. Jinho exclaims his own fashion is hideous. He needs to pull himself together for club applications. Someone says, "Excuse me, I'm here to apply for a club." Jinho sits up with a start, exclaiming, "Uh." A girl wonders if Jinho is sick. Someone says, No, talk over there." Someone wants the club application. Someone shouts, "Hia, club," as Jinho watches, surprised and slightly scared. A club membership application form lists many activities including soccer. Someone asks Jinho which club he would like to join. Someone exclaims that tennis is an excellent choice for Jinho, their junior. Another wonders why he is suddenly high-strung. Someone tells Jinho the professors have their eyes on him a lot. The speaker tells Jinho that the dean was pleased after the magazine shoot. They follow up by saying that's why there's been competition among the professors. The club representative says they've been giving him grief and asks why he hasn't joined. He admits he was thinking of a way. A professor in Introduction to Business Administration believes Jinho will discover golf. In another class, the professor draws a mountain range. Someone observes he definitely looks like he'd be in the soccer club. He says he was watched all day by the professors. Someone asks why Jinho didn't join a club. They exclaim he knows how to play games too. Jinho receives a racket. The perspective shifts, showing a tennis court reflected in someone's eye. "Welcome to the tennis club," announces a speech bubble. The tennis ball is hit with a pang. Jinho plays with impressive speed, wowing his audience. He serves the ball high into the air. With a powerful swing, he hits the tennis ball. Someone says wow, someone explains that it's scoring a point with an unreturnable serve. They call it an ace. A chibai Jinho wonders about receiver and ace. Jinho thinks about the speed, questioning what it could be. Someone shouts, "Hey, Gu Youngyi brought Lee Jinho." Another voice exclaims, "Whoa." They wonder why Youngyi brought the top grades. Someone says to look at that, Jinho has been playing for an hour. A tennis ball falls towards an open hand. Will he catch it? Jinho swings, completely missing the tennis ball. Someone sighs, "Ah, another air swing." Jinho's face shows he's conflicted. The words "he's so bad" appear. Jinho relaxes after his run, breathing a sigh of relief. He struggles to play tennis and realizes his skills are far behind his peers. After playing tennis, Jinho ponders whether to unlock the skill. Will it help him improve his game or lead him down an unexpected path? If Jinho unlocks the Tennis Crown Prince skill, he'll become better than everyone immediately. To unlock the skill, Jinho needs a generous opponent for 100 rallies. Jinho stops, a bead of sweat running down his face. He wonders, why does this feel so wrong? Someone asks Jinho what deep thoughts he's lost in. Jinho apologizes and admits he scored 0 on the performance assessment. He's worried he's causing trouble for the club. As Jinho reflects on his tennis performance, a realization dawns upon him. Someone asks if it's his first time joining the club. Someone mentions he probably studied instead of club activities, but he was playing games. Someone tells Jinho that club activities are about having fun, not about being the best. Jinho is reminded those who truly enjoy become the best. He agrees. Someone offers to rally, but Jinho wants to practice by himself. Someone asks if Jinho is the new English tutor. Jinho is told to make himself comfortable. Miss Jiyoung will arrive soon. Jinho requests a soft drink, noticing his Aunt Miyoung's success around him. Jinho smirks. He never imagined his aunt would even have a housekeeper. "Auntie," she exclaims. She bursts through the door announcing, "I'm home." She asks, "Where's Teddy Bear Opa?" Miyoung waves her bag around, joking that Jinho's tutor is waiting. Jiyoung recognizes Jinho and remembers he's her mom's secret boyfriend. Jinho is completely shocked. Jiyoung scoffs, recognizing Jinho from her mother's phone wallpaper. It was supposed to be Teddy Bear Opa Day. Jiyoung accuses Jinho of seducing her mom. Jinho is confused. Seduced who exactly? Jiyoung is upset that Jinho is at her house. She believes her mom broke her promise first by not bringing her Teddy Bear Opa. Jiyoung yells at Jinho, calling him Pink Pig. She asks where he learned to be so rude. Furious, Jiyoung calls Jinho Pink Pig and questions his rude behavior. Ignoring Jiyoung's tantrum, Jinho continues looking at his phone. Aunt Miyoung apologizes for her daughter's rude behavior. It's okay, she thinks. Jiyoung sulks as Jinho says to wait for him to unlock the skill and then they'll play. Jiyoung is defeated. Jinho throws his phone to the side in frustration, his irritation growing. Jiyoung demands he put down his phone and play with her instead. Her glasses are cracked from anger. Jiyoung demands Jinho raise his hands after throwing his phone. Aunt Miyoung scolds her for tossing Jinho's phone. Jiyoung unleashes a body-fat sonic boom slap on Jinho. Miyoung is shocked, yelling at Jiyoung to come here. Someone wonders if they should stop them, but another dismisses it as Jinho is fixing her attitude. He can't hear that sound anymore. Jiyoung kneels and raises her arms, seemingly surrendering. Jinho pauses, thinking. Jinho wonders if Jiyoung actually believes he's Teddy Bear Opa. Her weight loss went unnoticed. Maybe she hasn't been talking to Miyoung. Jinho realizes why Miyoung looked so sad. Jiyoung doesn't have friends. What if she cuts off her only family? Jiyoung reveals that Aunt Miyoung told her everything about Jinho's recent rudeness. An angry, monstrous dog appears behind Jiyoung, warning Jinho to stay out of it. Jinho wonders what's going on. Jiyoung is crying, explaining that he didn't come to scold her but to help. But don't worry, he'll come by every week. He really turned the unruly Miss Jiyoung around. Yes, yes. Someone understands the situation and says Jiyoung will change quickly. Really? Someone asks. Miyoung is at her desk, on the phone, wondering if Jiyoung really acted that way. Miyoung's housekeeper reports Jiyoung started reviewing right away, but Jinho is teaching her very basic conversation. Will that be all right? The phone conversation ends with thanks, but Jiyoung tells her mom something important. Jiyoung asks if her mom is tired from work and confirms she's coming tomorrow. But what if that's not her mom? Jiyoung tells her mom if she knew things would be this way, she'd called sooner. Miyoung tells Jiyoung's son and closes her bag. She says, "See you tomorrow." The tennis ball flies back and forth, hitting rally number 99. He can do it. Perfect, Jinho strikes the tennis ball and hits his 100th rally. The tennis prince skill is unlocked, a little prince once said, appears before Jinho. The title of the series is displayed, The Reset Life of a Game Addict. Jinho analyzes the situation and thinks, she knows quite a few advanced words, she's not unintelligent. After studying for too long, she lost her motivation. She tells Jinho he can just do the motions. Jinho asks, what? The girl states that her mom doesn't care about her scores. Jinho asks if she knows how many envy her mom. Jinho recalls realizing something in 6th grade. Normal moms are nice. His mom asks if he got 100 in math and says, good job. She hands him money to have fun with friends, but he remembers he didn't have any. Jinho continues to ask, Jiyoung, do you remember coming over? Jinho recalls Jiyoung's mom suddenly reorganizing the refrigerator. Jiyoung argues, saying she needs ramen for her quality of life. Jinho tells Jiyoung that her mom is not the type to express things. He tells her she will be in trouble. Jinho thinks to himself that understanding Jiyoung's feelings and filling her emotional gaps is the priority. A tennis match invitation pops up. Jinho hears someone call out, hey Jinho. The person that called out to Jinho asks if he skipped class. Jinho states it was cancelled. By the way, there are a lot of people here today. The girl comments that they probably skipped to see you. Another thinks he is rarer than an albino gorilla. A person calls out to Jinho, who is apparently named Koo Young-yi. They mention he didn't bail this time. He replies he had a hangover. Someone scoffs, thinking it's a typical business department excuse. Another asks what that's supposed to mean. The rivalry is real. The student scoffs, asking if beating him for top spot is funny. He says he doesn't care. Jinho is the 2nd-place student. Someone suggests they compete with the top student versus the 2nd-place student, Jinho. Someone comments on the perfect shot. Another states that the 2nd-place student is a beginner. They compliment his skills. Koo Young-yi is told not to be nervous because no one expects him to win. He's just there to entertain the upperclassmen. He says yes. Koo Young-yi thinks this is perfect and states he wanted to try techniques. He suggests dropping formalities. Koo Young-yi shakes the other student's hand after their match. He thinks Young-yi is annoyingly handsome. He admits Young-yi beat him for first. Koo Young-yi asks if he's not lucky since he beat him. He disregards the harsh words. The tennis racket spins. He states that's the rough after hearing the sound. Koo Young-yi smirks and says, then you get the serve, as he prepares to serve the ball. Koo Young-yi hits the tennis ball with great force. He's really giving it his all. The tennis ball approaches Koo Young-yi. His eyes are focused as he prepares to hit. The ball makes impact and the score is called out, 15-love. Someone says it's Koo Young-yi's fault for spacing out. He retorts that there was no signal. Someone thinks, what a sneaky guy. The tennis ball flies through the air. He is hostile. As Young-yi strikes, someone thinks that there's no way someone their age would have such a childish reason. This must be an act for high-level psychological warfare. His opponent states, nope, it's not. He apologizes for overestimating Young-yi. The tennis ball slams down. Look at that, it hit exactly on the baseline, someone exclaims. The match is now tied. Someone shouts that the ball is out. Another retorts that he is self-judging and he makes the calls. He also states it was out. The opposing player states he is a beginner and will let them make the calls. Someone asks if it was out. Koo Young-yi exclaims for everyone to leave. 10 minutes later, the score is 40-0. This is driving me crazy. The other player questions the calls. He accuses Koo Young-yi of dirty play. Someone tries to comfort Young-yi, stating that it's okay. The economics department senior says they are beginners, right? The senior states it's great if they are having fun. He wasn't planning to compete seriously anyway. Koo Young-yi thinks he's about to test a new technique. It's perfect for unsportsmanlike players. Someone is drawing a suit. An older man is in awe, exclaiming, "Beautiful." Perhaps he is a client pleased with a design. After tennis practice, Jinho gulps down water, quenching his thirst. Other students are surprised at Jinho's tennis skills, even though he's a beginner. He reflects on his surprisingly professional tennis skills due to Young-yi's teaching. It's almost sickening. Someone tells Jinho to win. He replies, of course, the tennis game is about to resume. The crowd cheers. His opponent smirks, taunting him to give up now. Jinho thinks to himself that luck might be gone, but not skill. Jinho thinks to himself if he's embarrassingly slaughtering his opponents, and that being embarrassed is for losers. The opponent falls dramatically. He claims that it's either against the rules or cowardly. The opponent holds a yellow card. No, you're just angry that your team might lose. When your side does it, it's cowardly. Jinho scoffs, disgusted by their excuses, calling it a winner-takes-all society. The opponent yells, "What?" in disbelief. Someone tells him that playing with that mindset will get boring. Jinho serves. Jinho declares that tennis can be so much fun, but he's interrupted by game notifications. The doctor says that Young-yi tried a risky move, the Ultra Tornado shot, and Young-yi is injured, but Jinho is about to serve, continuing the match. The ball is fast, Jinho thinks, but not impossible to catch. He reaches it first. He knows exactly where the ball will bounce, hitting it perfectly as planned. Jinho watches the ball, surprised. The world slows. The ball is traveling fast towards him. He is teleported. The opponent yells in disbelief as the ball bounces the wrong way when it hits the ground. The commentators scream in disbelief. They call it the American twist serve. His opponent yells, "I'm asking what that is, you super nerd." He questions his Hollywood action. His opponent is on the ground. He's ordered to get up, declaring that they're still playing. Sweat drips as Jinho yells, "Not there yet," with the crowd cheering him. Jinho is confused by the sudden outburst. He looks around and notices a group of girls. They're holding a banner that says, "Jinho, I love you." Some students recognize Jinho's serve. One yells, calling Jinho a pervert foreigner. Others react in shock, thinking it's Tim Jones. Suddenly, Jinho becomes the chief designer of Seor Ham. People recognize him. "Tim Jones," someone yells. Someone yells, wanting to see Jinho's left cheek. The student takes a photo. Professors are notified it's Tim Jones. Someone records Jinho focusing on his pores. People argue about his design pouch. Someone asks if it's the Colosseum. Someone yells for everyone to get lost. He apologizes, explaining he was compelled by Jinho's amazing pose. The student explains that he wants Jinho to wear his clothes. He demands that he take a look. The student suggests Jinho take a look at his clothes. Jinho seems determined to not leave until he does. Jinho is shocked while reading. Auras of models surround him. My goodness, this is absolutely perfect. He's never been 100% satisfied with any fashion until now. How can such perfect clothes exist? Jinho glows with power, imagining the ultimate success. He wonders aloud, "Did I shoot you or something?" The woman says that Jinho looks moved by the clothes. She then shouts, "Son." He asks if she is Aunt Miyung. Miyung shouts, "Angela," then explains to Jinho that it was a bisu greeting with a pretend kiss. He thinks about Angela kissing him. I like women," he awkwardly says. Jinho is asked what brings him here. He pauses, then says he is here to hang out. Aunt Miyung wants Jinho to hang out with her son, but Jinho hesitates, remembering he has classes. It's not too late to drop out. Driving, Jinho's thoughts race as he wonders. Aunt is the vice president of Seoul, Korea. Continuing the conversation, Jinho learns Tim was desperately searching for him based on his looks. Jinho wonders how Tim found him. Aunt Miyung replies, showing a phone, "He recognized you in the background of a video conference." Aunt Miyung asks to change the video call's background. Jiyoung interrupts, yelling it's because of her mom's secret boyfriend. Aunt Miyung sighs, seeming reluctant to agree. Jinho insists, saying, "I know you find it difficult with Jiyoung." Aunt Miyung questions, "Then shouldn't you spend more time with Jiyoung now?" Jinho answers with a firm still no. "Why not?" she asks. Jinho pauses, saying, "Because." Startled, Jinho exclaims, "Minors aren't allowed in clubs." Jinho considers, should I bring her? He immediately thinks, I've said something terrible. Overwhelmed, Aunt Myung says, what should I do? I'm a complete zero as a mother. Jinho responds with, I'll help you. Aunt Myung says, I'm counting on you, son. The scene changes to a club. By the way, clubs are amazing places. Everything is flashy and sparkly and above all, beautiful. Jinho is seeing the glamour of the club. He marvels at the club's beautiful people, wondering why he's never noticed them before. Suddenly he hears attack. Confused by the chaos, Jinho thinks, why do they look ordinary to you? He realizes the crowd isn't just dancing but hoping to be noticed, perhaps by Tim Jones or Seor. Another man says, you're accepting this surprisingly quickly. He continues, if you have something to convey. The woman says that they need to catch the attention of Tim Jones's lover. Jinho thinks he has trauma from the word lover. Someone questions Jinho, so you really won't do any modeling. Another voice clarifies, I don't want to sign with an agency. Someone ponders, that's right, considering maybe Seoul Fashion Week, no, Paris Fashion Week. Someone angrily whispers about Jiyoung. Miyoung thinks she's a terrible mom but will try. She says, enjoy yourself, I'll keep today's events secret from Jinho. Hearing this, Jinhee exclaims, what? Miyoung retorts, the Seor vice president doesn't joke about money, go have fun. If you break your promise, I'll sue you and take your VP position, Director Joe says seriously. As he navigates the club, Jinho bumps into someone and their shoulders collide. Startled, he quickly apologizes, oh, I'm sorry. Jinho nervously says no, but then the crowd starts swarming him saying it's okay. A woman is blushing while asking, you're really handsome, are you a Seor exclusive model? A woman's voice suggests, dance with me. After dancing we could eat and after eating. A figure says, I'm leaving. Another responds, why not just enjoy yourself? Jinho thinks because these people are here for Seor, not me. He's relieved the tension is gone. An unknown man stops Jinho, suggesting this isn't the place. Then where are you planning to go now? Jinho wonders. Jinho grins thinking to enjoy authentic Korean nightlife, of course. The scene cuts to a samgyeopsal barbecue. Jinho and his companion enjoy karaoke with chicken and beer. They are having a blast and singing loudly at the karaoke. Someone brings over 2 chocolate lattes saying, hangover cure. Jinho reflects, I really enjoyed today, especially the chicken and beer. He then says, next time when you visit our country, I'll treat you well. Where are you from? Asks Jinho. The man questions if Jinho wants something in exchange for the clothes. He realizes he can't hide his feelings any longer. The unknown man wants Jinho in his fashion show. I want to show the world a true muse, he thinks aloud. He explains, I'll be your muse but only inspire designs without public runways. He asks, right. The man, now with someone who looks like his son, says, but I don't want to share you. Jinho thinks that even Mr. Tim Jones' best efforts can't keep him hidden. Someone shows Mr. Tim Jones a phone with an error message. Jinho smirks, this is the home shopping site for what I'm wearing now. An associate panics, telling someone that Jinho may have done something wrong again. He considers the attention that could come with wearing Seor Ham's clothing. Jinho thinks his conscience won't let him wear Seor Ham's clothes for free. The man says he'll think about Jinho's words, but first wants his coffee. He announces he's returning to France in 3 days. They look sad, begging him to come back soon. His associate asks when he'll return, but it will take a long time. He has a request. He asks if Jinho will come and wear his clothes right away. They shake hands firmly and he replies, of course. The next day, Jinho is surprised when someone calls him Jin, with a smile. Someone asks if he created the car without sleeping. He couldn't sleep either. Jinho looks at the sketches of Seor Ham's clothing, contemplating the designs. He can't help but mutter, The CEO of Seorham seems very impressed by Jinho's designs. Excellent. Pietro Battery has arrived. Jinho thinks, I'm starting to not be surprised by anything anymore. The CEO smirks, declaring Jinho his muse. An associate argues it's about the company's sales. Mr. Tim Jones thanks Jinho for becoming his muse. Tim escapes through the window for inspiration. The CEO thinks it's frustrating. The CEO sighs, thinking artists are the worst business partners. He offers a small bribe to Jinho as gratitude. The CEO offers to sponsor Jinho for 3 years, providing everything, even unreleased items. Jinho is in disbelief. The CEO insists Jinho will have stylist support and premium clothing. He desperately wants to keep him as a muse. The CEO confidently declares they can't let talent go. Jinho is shocked and declines the offer. Someone wonders Jae-jin. The CEO asks why Jinho won't accept. Does he not understand the opportunity? He prefers another brand. Jinho replies, neither. Jinho considers his options. Luxury brands are nice, but sponsorships are even better. A screen shows a message about Jinho's new life. He thinks if he has to wear luxury items, he doesn't need it. He believes beautiful things should be worn. The CEO apologizes, admitting his words may have caused a misunderstanding. The CEO admits he thought Jinho was just trying to get free clothes. He types on his phone, still wanting him as a muse. The CEO tells Jinho that Seoul Korea has instructions. He can take everything for his family and neighbors, not just for himself. Jinho is surprised. Someone declares they'll regret what they said. It's human to joke sometimes, even for CEOs. The CEO demands Jinho take everything, even items that cost only 3 million won. Pietro will regret this. He tells Jinho to get over to his company right now. It's time to reap the rewards of a talented son. The CEO tells Jinho to take everything. Someone asks if Jinho feels bad. Jinho admits he hasn't done anything yet. The CEO tells Jinho to listen carefully. His contributions have greatly helped Seoul's sales. He wonders if it was 10 or 100 billion. The CEO brushes off the product costs as insignificant. Jinho exclaims with a trillion. Jinho thinks about how many pounds of pork belly that could be. His aunt shouts at him to not eat it. She tells him he's now a Seoul treasure and needs to be careful. Jinho understands, telling his aunt to calm down. Jinho confidently states that he won't gain weight thanks to the where there's a will, there's a way skill. Is there anything I can do for Seoul? He's told not to feel indebted. Jinho is confident now no matter what they say. He believes he will succeed. The CEO questions when Jinho grew up this well. He invites Jinho to discuss suggestions, no backing out now. The CEO and an associate smile knowingly. Downstairs at Seorham, Jinho has arrived for his fitting. Jinho's aunt observes him during the fitting. She can't help but smile at how far he's come. Suddenly, Jinho is transported back to a darker, simpler place, kneeling with his head in his hands. Jinho is back in his simple apartment. He kneels with his head in his hands, feeling overwhelmed. Why is life so hard? A pensive thought bubble hangs in the air. Honey, why is life so hard? He reflects, I've never lived lazily since birth. He recalls struggling to pay rent and loans. Even when the garbage bag bursts, will the day come when I can laugh it off? Jinho looks down, guilt washing over him. It's because of me, he thinks, remembering his father selling the cow for his tuition. Jinho resolves to support his family and repay his debts by any means. Even someone like me, he thinks, pointing to himself. He asks, would you marry me? Jinho laments his circumstances and questions his wife's choice in marrying him. Honey, I'll take out the trash. No rest, you just got home, his wife says, still. I don't regret marrying you, so don't make that expression, his wife says with a soft smile. His wife adjusts his sleeve with a loving smile. He sees her radiant face smiling softly at him. Jinho enters a lavish storefront, a single tear escapes. Thank you, son, a voice calls out. A glass is placed forcefully on the table. Dad is a sinner. Jinho recalls the expensive bag, not being able to buy you that bag. How much was it? Jinho wants to help his wife. She tells him it's fine and he's done well. Excuse me. 2 women ask, are you the Korea University handsome guy from social media? Take a picture with us. Common neighborhood oppa. He is flustered by the question and looks at the food. What's this Korea University handsome guy? Someone says, Father, your son is a bit popular with women. I see. 3 days later, it's Tim Jones's departure date. A suitcase sits filled with memories. Thanks to you, I really had a great time. Tim Jones hugs Jinho. He says, it was an honor to help you for 3 days. Tim Jones waves goodbye to Jinho. Then see you again, next time with more clothes. Jinho smirks while looking at his phone. Let's see which of us will be surprised then. He begins to type a message. Miyoung is at home on her phone. My old friend, as soon as I became VP, my son stepped up like this. Someone thinks you really never know about life. Another person asks, Teddy Bear Oppa. Miyoung stares intently at a picture of a child dressed in traditional Korean clothing on her phone. She's captivated by the image and her surroundings blur. The phone flashes as Miyoung takes a photo and says, I'm prettier now. He walks with his guitar. Wow, he shields his eyes from the bright sun. End of Professor Life. Jinho walks outside with his guitar, enjoying the beautiful weather. Professor Jung Myunjin used to be a popular guitarist. He's labeled a has-been, his reputation shattered. 2 weeks prior, Professor Jung Myunjin stares in shock at the enrollment, only 5 students. Reviews are completely destroyed. His mental state is shattered. People mistake him for a homeless person, class cancellations threaten his job. Jung Myunjin carries his guitar, lamenting, I'm the one who gave out C's and F's for lack of romance. The show host announces 40% ratings while the crowd cheers for him. Generational trends change. University is the domain of the young. Professor Jung reflects on his situation. Even as a former Korea University professor, I'm not competitive. He recalls being a practical music major, and if I go back, it's all my fault. A student asks Professor Jung why he chose his class. He scratches his chin, embarrassed. Tell me. Professor Jung closes his guitar case with a snap, determined. I have a dream, playing guitar on campus grass. The professor walks into the classroom and asks, do you understand? No one answers. Professor Jung Myunjin is shocked. Lee Jin-ho's schedule has been leaked on the school community. Enrollment increased by approximately 1,000%. Professor Jung is surrounded by students at the concert. The man opens his eyes wide, dazed by what he sees. Who is this? He questions in disbelief. A dream, it's a dream that brings tears to my eyes. Practicing the guitar, Jinho suddenly remembers something important, perhaps another skill. He learns the guitar was a gift for saving a class. It belonged to Professor Jung Myunjin. They say Professor Jung was a hidden musical gem. An autograph could be a gold mine for Jinho. Someone admires Jinho's easygoing nature with jokes. The vice president, however, can be awkward or scary. Is Jinho nervous about the photo shoot? Jinho shrugs it off. He learns that the photo shoot is for Vogue Korea. Turns out the photo shoot is for X magazine, a big deal in the industry. The pride of the group. A heavy traffic jam. Someone questions if X magazine is here for Jinho. Someone mentions that using Jinho as a model is going downhill. Is it truly the company's downfall? Someone says Jinho is a person. Then 2 gossiping staff confirm the new VP is a friend's son. They predict the company's downfall. Top, parachute appointment, middle, ordinary person, bottom, connection privilege. The narrator expresses concern. Jinho's actions reflect on Seoul, Korea. Jinho's reputation risks tarnishing the company's image. An authoritative voice booms, so show them properly. Jinho walks towards the light, ready for his photo shoot. The studio lights flash as Jinho greets the staff. Hello, I'm Lee Jinho. 3 men sit under a spotlight, curious about the photo shoot with Jinho. The judges praise Jinho's extraordinary skills and charm. Jinho is making a positive first impression. Someone mentions Jinho's photo shoot schedule is packed for months. Someone asks, what is that? As Jinho practices guitar. He's practicing guitar for tomorrow's MT talent show. Can he unlock another skill? The skill Rooftop Star requires the guitar and perfect playback. It is as difficult as becoming a top student. Jinho realizes he memorized chords, but mastery needs dedication and countless repetitions. Practicing 30 songs will take 15 hours. Someone asks Jinho to sing one more time. Jinho teases, "Need me to find your mom again?" Jinho's hands hurt from playing. "This tendinitis, it hurts too much, it'll get better with the skill." Humans wear out when used too much, the body and the mind too. Will Jinho overcome his exhaustion from guitar practice? She thinks, "I want to put it down." A dull ache forms in her neck. An article about singer Lee Seoe sparks outrage. Someone demands, "What the hell?" An article questions her singer-songwriter concept. While eating ramen, she reflects, "Isn't this how singer-songwriters start?" She quickly dismisses the idea. Definitely not. She dreams of releasing an album and being recognized as a singer-songwriter. Her first 2 albums were failures. "Siale," a voice exclaims, "the response to the 3rd album is amazing. A magazine interview has been arranged." She sighs, thinking, "I honestly hoped the 3rd album would fail too." Jinho believed his songs would come to define him. He turns on the faucet and says, "I'll be right back." Lee Seoe practices her steps, tapping her foot. Is she nervous about the interview? Someone asks about Siale's location. She is probably feeling a little depressed. Guitar skills are her pride. Someone thinks Siale's pride must be hurt by recent articles, but she has been in the music industry for a while. Siale is looking out the window, lost in thought. The interview looms. Siale is walking out of the building, ready to face the interview. Time to prove her talent. Siale hears Jinho playing guitar beautifully. She feels guilty because he is waiting for her. Jinho continues to play, unaware of Siale's emotions. Siale listens to the song with tears in her eyes. Musical notes emerge as Jinho plays the guitar with renewed vigor. Will he master this skill? After intense practice, the pain in Jinho's hands finally stops. Will he master the rooftop star skill? Panic erupts as Siale is announced missing from the photoshoot. She went to the bathroom and never returned. He rushes to find Siale while on the phone. Someone says, "Don't say unlucky things." Even without the pressure, Jinho sees Siale saying, "I want to quit." He feels uneasy about her disappearance. He looks down the empty hallway, breathing heavily. He must find Siale soon. Siale remembers her magazine interview. She had her dreams in front of her. Siale remembers when someone wanted an encore. He complimented her voice and asked about her agency. Lol. Siale says, "I'm just an ordinary person," but Jinho smirks and plays guitar. He's practicing for the talent show. Siale is shocked and thinks, "A week with that level of skill." Siale is blushing and hides her face while saying, "So embarrassing." Jinho yells, "Lee Siale," remembering practicing guitar for her. "Carry your phone always." An employee sees Jinho searching for Siale and yells, "Have you found her yet?" The CDO and others were worried about Siale's disappearance. Someone asks Jinho if he wants to be a celebrity. He's confused and gives an immediate rejection. A conversation reveals they are trying to recruit Jinho. As expected, it's not working. Despite many offers, Jinho refuses to sign, making him the blue chip. Is he really that smart? Someone overhears that Jinho was the top scorer to get into Korea University. Siale reflects on her past self. "I really was a rookie in every way." She gets asked why she's been down lately. Siale thinks, "But now she flashes back to Jinho playing guitar for her. "It's just." Siale tells her manager she wants to re-record her 3rd album after today's shoot. He replies, shocked, asking if she's pushing herself. She insists she's fine. She posts about it on her SNS. "Singing feeds me." Siale smiles, remembering her early days. Like the trainee days, was she happier then? Siale resolves, "I want to be ambitious again." Jinho looks worried in the hallway. An interviewer says they are starting Siale's interview. They walk towards the studio to blow up the camera. The interviewer agrees to Siale's request to shoot the music video. She laughs, then says she can't be picky anymore. It's the business administration MT Day. Is this lipstick Siale's? Siale is putting on lipstick on the bus. People are saying, "Let's go." They admire Siale's dedication to applying makeup. The students discuss the sponsored products and the upcoming talent show. Looking over the cars, Jinho is on the bus to the business MT. "I'm all set to blow them away." A student shouts into a microphone, "It's dinner time, you freshman scrubs." His voice echoes loudly. A student asks about cooking, but Jinho won't allow it. The student asks if he liked the mom's cooking. He says the rice made him throw up, so it's curry time. Other teams decide to leech off Jinho's team. He successfully made a fire. Now he will summon the... Jinho summons the spirit. Another student shouts they prepared tons of ramen. He asks if there's anyone who can't cook ramen. The bonfire blazes at the MT. Someone warns Jinho don't touch anything. Jinho is shocked that they burned the ramen. They ate ramen from other teams for dinner. Someone wants a photo with Jinho. Everyone shouts yes when asked if they're full. Then someone yells that the next thing to fill is alcohol. The student shouts into the microphone, "What did you say, alcohol?" The student presents the talent show prizes, alcohol and snacks for everyone. The students are amazed by the talent show teams. No joke did they raid a poultry farm. There's another band preparing for the talent show. Is Jinho's team playing guitar too? The student yells into the microphone, praising their burning passion. He dramatically gestures to the talent show prizes. The students cheer for unlimited snacks and 5 bottles of X-Renting 17-year-aged. The student body cheers wildly as the host announces, "Then let the talent show." The talent show begins, to be continued. Read at nthundrcns.com. Jinho in sandals struggles to lift a barbell. It's heavy, weighing 100 kilograms as a woman watches. Someone asks Jinho how he became so strong. Jinho explains he'd add weight to his bag when stressed. He's asked about the good things about being a freshman. Professor Kim Yikwan is introduced. Jinho slams the buzzer, then laughs, "All right, next," ready for the next question. The MC and Ciale are ready to perform their dance. A student nervously asks if it's a couple dance. The siblings say it's not. It said co-ed dances on retreats are a recipe for disaster. Jinho agrees, never having experienced such school trips. Someone asks if Jinho can lead such a motley crew. It's pointed out they are just an a cappella group. Jinho's only played guitar recently. Myung confidently says she's grasped the knack and to brace themselves. Jinho thinks to himself, no matter what anyone says, he's received advice from an expert. 2 weeks ago, someone asks if he's preparing for the talent show. He replies it's for team members. He realizes they only studied. Jinho sings karaoke, thinking it's the least he can do for missing the shuttle. Someone notes Jinho is footing the bill. Someone shouts, "Yes, Hyung Nim." The retreat has clearly begun with gusto. Lee Jinho sings with passion, scoring 90. Someone exclaims they can feel the singer's aura. He won't even glance at 3-digit songs. With the controller in hand, Jinho seems serious during karaoke at the retreat. Jinho believes classic songs are timeless. He says to listen as talent shows aren't "I like this" shows, but he doesn't get it. The host introduces the band Ne Mal Macho, "My words are right team." Some in the audience start crying. Someone says we're screwed and asks how to lift the mood. Another says it's a song their father used to like. It's like serving mom's homemade stew at a fancy party. Everyone probably felt the same way as Park Ye-jun started his gloomy tune. Is he digging his own grave? Jinho says he doesn't know recent songs. He's told to find a popular song, focus on skills. The professor asks Jinho, thinking, about his team of average singers, only 2 weeks to practice. The crowd cheers, some joking if they have to cry because of an acoustic guitar again. Jinho wonders where everyone went. Jinho performs on stage with his guitar. The crowd is silent and captivated. The skill is the power to make people focus. Popularity is, it's that song that hit 500 million views, the power to make everyone enjoy it. The retreat visuals are intense. It's the power to make nothing else enter one's sight. A teammate admits they have no special talent, only wanting to get closer to Jinho. He asks, "What about this?" Jinho strums his guitar under the bright stage lights. He reflects on the term inattentional blindness. The crowd is recording and amazed at Jinho's performance. An amazing light surrounds them. Jinho's guitar performance reaches its climax. People are recording as his hat is thrown in excitement. After the build-up, people suddenly appeared out of nowhere. Everyone is shocked. The phone screen shows the a cappella performance, and someone exclaims, "It's magic." Before the dazzling 4-minute and 52-second performance, there were 2 weeks of brainstorming. Others showed off. Mid-performance, someone shouts hey. As Jinho points to the sky, a spotlight emphasizes the moment. Jinho confidently sings, inviting everyone to join him. He wants to enjoy his first festival. Jinho's amazing a cappella stage has ended. Where will his new skills lead? The group watches a video of Hakuk students doing b-boying and backflips. Hey kid, I may look old, but I'm MZ. They jumped in midway without planning, but the transitions are natural. That's raw talent, someone says. Someone suggests bringing Jinho in, even with an 8-2 split. The first man refuses. 9-1, he emphasizes, we're the one.